And welcome back. We're here for another What's Up Wednesdays. Welcome all. I'm Wendy.
And I'm Miss Melissa.
And we're Crunkfit. We usually do a live class every Saturday, 11 a.m. And as we had discussed the last time we were here, every time we start our sessions, we have a little story that we started with. And it goes over so well, but we never get in depth. We never get into the details of the nonsense that really happens. So we thought that this would be a really good time for us to get together.
Oh, absolutely.
Have a little cocktail, share with you guys. Maybe you guys got some tricks that might be able to help us. That's where we at. So how's your week been, Miss Melissa?
My week has been pretty good. You know, just kind of going and learning to adapt to myself, like self-contained, like just look at myself. You know, I just really been analyzing a lot of things and how I handle stuff, and I think it has a great deal to do with all the chemical imbalances that are going on in my body right now, and just finding ways to kind of get through it.
Disclaimer.
Through it.
I'm 50.
How do we do it? 48 and a half,
48 and a half. And, you know, for those of you who are in this age range, or maybe even 10 years, 15 years, we start going through this. We got some changes as we're getting older. And it's been quite interesting, to say the least.
Oh, yeah.
For myself, for my environment, and the people that breathe the air in my space. You know, we've had some good days and bad days. We do this every Saturday, and sometimes we have highs and sometimes we have lows. And even though you don't see it, sometimes we come in there right before that camera comes on. It's like,
yeah.
But we're here.
For sure.
We're going to make it through. We're going to let some of this energy go.
And that's what it is. It's finding out what works, man. Because outside of meditating, outside of just kind of walking, moving around, just staying still, that's what I got. Because I'm not really trying to be on medicines and stuff like that. So I need insight. That's what we're here for. That's what helps me. But sometimes when this is in a bad mood, I can't go to meditate because I want to get physical. So instead of getting physical and thinking along those lines, what can be done? What do people in that moment, when they feel unbalanced in any way, what do you do?
We talk quite often about catching cases. That's what happens. I mean, you know, everybody knows somebody that's going through menopause right now. And what I learned is, because, you know, we lived through it through our parents, our relatives. I remember my mom. It was not easy. I swear she must have gone through menopause for like 22 years. I'm sticking with that story.
That's too long. Come on.
Let's just say 22. We're going to say that's the reason why. My sister, the same thing, had a tough time, and I couldn't relate because I didn't understand what that was. Now that I'm paying more attention to my body, and that's a really big thing for us here at Crunkfit, is paying attention to your body. What makes you feel good? What isn't sitting well? What you should change? Food is a big deal. Now that I'm much more aware, I realize that when these fits of rage come on, because that's what it is, it's rage.
That's exactly right.
It lasts 24 hours. Now that's something that I could not have expected or anticipated. It's that 24 hours later is when it finally passes, and then I'm exhausted. I sleep for, 10, 12 hours, because that's what it takes. That's how much energy it takes from you. That's how much it pulls from you.
Yeah.
My husband notices the change in my mood. So this happened the night before. And he's like, are you all right? And I was like, what do you mean? He's the nicest guy. He doesn't, like, what do you mean? That face already, he already knew. He already knew, just back up, go away, step away. And it went into full on just rage. Like, I was just angry and I didn't know where to put it. I was radiating this anger. And I really was trying not to have an outburst. The first time. We'll get to the first time. This was the second
Hi,
time.
Al,
this
by the
happened.
way. Hello. Thank you for joining us.
It took
Insight,
everything
please.
out of me.
Yeah.
That by the time it finally passed, and it did it, I swear to you, it was 24. No one ever told me that. No one ever told me that the fits of rage were going to last 24 hours or more. No one ever said that to me. And then it knocks you out. Yeah. I slept for a little over 10 hours, just knocked out, for me to start feeling a little bit human again. The first time, I was in my car. And I had to go for a doctor's appointment. And my Google Maps sent me somewhere that that it wasn't supposed to be, and it was the wrong address, and there was no internet service, and I couldn't call the office because the office wasn't picking up, and I went nuts, in my car. I called my husband, and I said, I lost it. I just lost my shit. I was like, fuck Coral Gables, and fuck everybody who lives here, and I'm not doing this, and I gotta go, and that is not me at all. Okay, wait, hold on a second. For those of you who know me, okay, so maybe you think that is me, but that's not. I don't do that in private by myself. There's always someone that's catching on the other side. But this time I was by myself. And I had to call out of work the next day. Yeah. I've never in my life done that. I've never called out. And I had to call out, and I must have slept 13 hours. That's the first time that ever happened to me. I don't take medication. I don't do hormone therapy. So for those of you who are out there that know someone or are going through it, what is it that you do? How do you get through this? I mean,
we need the solutions that are just not going to be in a box. What natural remedies have you? Sometimes we have some old grandma recipes, remedies. There's just so much out there that can help us that we'd like to share. I
like the old school stuff.
I
like the stuff that the abuelas had. That
that
they went to the garden outside right behind the garbage can, and something was growing over there. They picked it up and turned it into a tea. It was a weed. I don't know what it was. I like all that natural stuff. So if anybody, I don't meditate.
Well, that is something that works. I have to say.
I can't sit still. I don't know how to.
It's hard. That's why I say sometimes if I'm not in a good mood, I can't get myself there. So that's what I'm trying to find out with everyone, just to see what different solutions they have, because I do meditate and I know it helps. Taking breathers, it helps. But if you can't get yourself there, how do you do it? Wow.
As busy as our lives are, there's always something that's going on. So sitting still means going to sleep.
Sitting still, let me cheers to that. Because I barely can. And I'm not playing either.
So I've never, in all the years that I've seen this woman, never seen her meditate.
No.
So, but she might do that. Hard. She might do that in private, but her idea of meditation is floating. She dances. She floats.
No, meditation.
She's got this graceful movement as she twirls and moves on, and we just sit there and we're like, oh.
It is meditation in motion.
That
for me is where I can zen out, where I'm not thinking about any responsibilities.
It's beautiful to watch.
Anything else.
She has to put that.
What I'm here to do, what I've connected to, that bigger source. Oh my God, it is dreamy. It makes me feel very alive.
We're nuts back there, so you know that. This is every Saturday. If you haven't been to a class, you need to come. It's body weight movement. We have a great time. It's awesome.
Great time, and it's such a great way to just kind of move around and connect. I love seeing all of you guys there. It is a joy. I am so excited every time I do. My sister.
She going through it?
Well, everybody's going through it. It's just how do you adjust for it?
I've been teasingly saying that I've been going through menopause for 15 years now. It was an excuse.
What's up, Ayano?
It was a reason to excuse my bad behavior. Anybody said, "Why? What's wrong with you?" I'm like, I'm menopause. It's menopause. I've been saying that since I was 35. Why? Because my mother started about that age. So it was great. Maybe I was. Maybe I wasn't. I don't know. But it's my word against theirs. So, I'm just going to go with it.
1 minute preacher. How you doing?
I am full on in there.
Yeah.
Like I'm in the heart of it. And I'm trying to
That's what it
be
is.
civil.
Be civil, exactly. Zen out in my mind. It's because when you have a default of wanting to be reactive, it's hard to wheel yourself on back, especially if I'm not in a good mood. That's why, guys, my heart is to absolutely get everybody in a good mood. When I have this jacket on, I feel like Mrs. Good Mood. Okay, that's what I feel.
We got
like.
Mr. Rogers in the
Okay,
house.
Mr. Rogers, Mrs. Good Mood. I come over here to get y'all in a good mood because it gets me in a good mood, and then I can function better. It just makes me do it better. I don't know. I do me better when I'm in a good mood.
Well, yes. Every morning when I wake up, I never know if I'm going to get Fiona or if I'm going to get Shrek. That's just, my husband doesn't know.
Doom on 11.
We just don't know. We just know. But for those of you who are just joining us, we're Crunkfit. We do a live exercise class every Saturday,
Yes, we
11
do.
a.m. IG Live right here.
God, so
It's
much
awesome.
fun. Join us.
No weights, all
Yes.
body weight, lots of fun. We don't work out any other day of the week. I wish that's another conversation for next week.
Absolutely.
But just trying to get it. This week we're talking about menopause and trying to save lives.
Oh my God. Yeah, Anna, I don't know what happened. 17 people down, and I don't remember a thing.
Again, I'm trying to reason with a bad behavior, but what is that?
Again, the balancement, y'all. I need to know, what do you do when you feel it out of whack? How do you bring yourself to? I mean, really, in that moment, those moments that you're really like a little bit more irritated than most of the times, where you just can't just breathe it out or go meditate in the corner or just pray it off. Sometimes it's like you gotta like,
You need a whole lot of prayer. I don't know if
No,
I don't know
my
if
God.
Jesus can help us in those moments.
no, yes.
He does.
Girl, look at my hands right now. I'm always praying. God, please get me through this.
And I always
Please.
got a fist up. I don't know. Tomatoes, tomatoes.
Oh my
I don't know.
gosh.
But for those of you who are younger than us, understand that this is coming. And if you're a female, I'm sorry, it's gonna happen. If you're a male joining us, your
You'll have
wife,
sympathy
your girlfriend,
and
your
have
daughters, your
understanding.
grandparents. I mean,
It's a time, and you got to understand, we're all going to go through it, and it's just as we just kind of learn from one another that we could just kind of get around it.
I know somebody's got a secret out there. Can somebody please?
I know they do.
Can you send us a message after this is all done? Go ask your abuelas. Go
One minute
ask your
preacher said
titis.
Jesus
Go ask
is
mom.
the answer.
Find out what they're doing.
Second that motion, baby. Okay. I love my Dios. That's all I do. I go, Mira, Papa Dios, please help me because I don't.
God's praying for me. So she's standing there with her prayer hands, and Jesus is over like, oh, Lord,
Amen. And then I do
please
it all.
just get through the day.
And then
Just
nombre
get
Jesus.
through the day.
That's
Yes.
what that means. In the name of Jesus. That's right. Because I need it. That is definitely
know.
another way.
Laughter.
Laughter.
Yes, but how do you let somebody get close enough to you to make you laugh during that time? When you're in that mood,
How can you tell yourself a joke when you're in that mood?
it's so bad because my husband tried to make me laugh, and I'll turn and look like this.
That wasn't even funny.
And then I walk away. I'm like, oh, why am I being so mean? Oh, I have to come back and apologize.
Take a deep breath.
How do you know what it's coming on? You're like, listen, I'm really sorry, but it's happening. And he'll just know to go to the gym, go to the golfing range, just get out of my way, do laundry,
Adapt.
something. He just moves out of my space.
I love it. Whatever works. Whatever works. And this is why we want to hear from you. What are you doing? I know there's so much out there. So much insight. Come on. Tráelo. I can't wait to hear it. Let's go.
Somebody's got something out there.
I know they do.
Which is your most memorable episode?
Of me?
Yeah. Come on, we're sharing. I need to hear. Mine it happens in the car. That was the worst one, where I was like, banging against the steering wheel. I was like, people are gonna think I'm crazy. I don't give a. I don't care.
No.
I am crazy, but it was so bad. But
But it's just like, you know what? There's not one big time because my default is to blink out. That's really, I'm gonna be very honest with you. If I don't have my head on right, I'm gonna blink out because I'm already like, oh God, you need something? You looking for attention from me? You need something? Oh, come on, I was praying for this. But then I'm like, okay, Jesus, you know that other side, come on, girl, you could do it. Just dig deep and just focus. Ignore it as much as you can. And I have walked away where before I was so reactive to every single thing. I was always looking for an opportunity. But now it's just way better. It's that blink out. It's that time that is like, okay, I can't go meditate. What do you do, mi gente? Like, what do you do? Look, I can do, you got cheers. I can do this. I can do this. And it softens it, but it doesn't make it go away. So what are your suggestions? What is it that you do? Share.
See, but this is what I really want to know. She's not good. She's gonna have to tell it. What do the people around you do?
Bunker down.
What does Al say?
Oh my gosh.
Giving yourself the space to go through the negative emotions allows them to pass easier. Sometimes you gotta let it all out because repressing it will result in a bigger blow. You are absolutely right. You are absolutely right.
Wisdom.
So,
thank you.
In those moments, I have to shut down and I have to get away because I'm so angry that I don't know where to direct it. You are absolutely right. And you have to allow yourself the space to let it pass. The issue is that we're women and our mates or our children, our family are either not going through it or don't understand it or will never go through it. They're not sure how to handle all of that energy.
Yeah.
And it affects everyone around you. So, yes, allowing yourself the time and space to allow yourself to feel it until it passes so that it doesn't get worse. But it does get worse for those around you, especially if they don't understand it. You know, fortunately, my husband knows just to step away. But if you have a mate that doesn't understand it and they push back, not realizing that it's your hormones, and you really, truly can't help yourself. You can't control that. And it creates an incredible amount of animosity from your mates trying to find that balance. So that's where it becomes tricky. Yes, you have to allow yourself to go through it. You shouldn't beat yourself up over it. But you're not in this alone. Right. So it's trying to get through all that.
No.
What does the 1 minute preacher say? It's a part of life, so embrace it and thank God you are still here to experience it 50 and fabulous. I thank you so much for that. Yes.
Being thankful. That's
we
exactly
are
right.
so grateful to be here.
Oh my God.
I mean, again, 50 is a big number. And in just a couple of weeks, I turned 51. But I love 50 so much that we talked about this the last time, that when people ask me how old I am, I'm going to be like 50 plus 1. You know, I love 50, and then I'll just add the extra.
Whatever number.
You know, whatever, I'll add it on the side because I love 50, yes. But it is... watching my mother go through it, watching my sister go through it, and it still could not have prepared me. This is what I'm talking about. That it still could not
thank you for joining.
It still could not have prepared me for what it actually is. You know, they'll sit there and they'll tell you what they're feeling and how you go through the emotions, but you still can't relate because you haven't gone through it. And then going through it, because when my mother used to go through it, I swear, again, she went through it for 22 years. Anytime that blow up would happen, we would kind of just scatter like roaches. Like turning the light on and they're out. That's what we're like, oh, hey mom, oh, you turn and walk right back out. We were like, okay, it's not a good time.
But finding that way, that path, that's why it's so important. It's so important for all of us to really kind of figure that out. What's the best thing that works for us? You know, so we can apply it, because these suggestions, it's helpful. They're so helpful. Again, it's just kind of going through them and having solutions there. A lot of the times, if you don't have a way and you think like you used to, you may do the dumb things that you used to do. You know? So it's all about preventative measures. Preventative all day long.
How do you prepare your family for that?
But you know what I think? With love and communication, I think that we can all adapt to one another if we want to. We know that we're here to coexist together. You know what I'm saying? I can't stop being who I am on this path when I turn 50, 60. You know what I'm saying? We're going to grow together. I have to allow him to flourish, and he has to allow me to flourish. That's the only way. There's no other. Tessie, ¿cómo está? Thank you for joining.
That's my sissy bear. Now she had a rough time. We're talking about menopause today, girl. Yes. Mm-hmm. We're talking. I explained how bad it was for mom and how difficult it was for you and how it doesn't matter how much you tried to explain what you were feeling, that unless you were in it, you really couldn't relate. I couldn't really relate because my emotions, the chemicals in my body was still, I was still okay until I wasn't.
Until you weren't.
And fortunately, with my husband, we have those casual conversations every once in a while, and he's been really, really gracious about how I'm feeling, and he's really, really in tune and very aware. He knows the second I walk in the door, he knows if I'm off, and he'll mention something, and he'll kind of just take it easy and just kind of just let me be. Have you sat down to have that conversation with your husband? Do you guys talk about it? Have you had a conversation with your children?
Absolutely. Well, my children, again, they just have to adapt. Mommy's going through stuff. I don't get into details with them because I don't feel like they emotionally will get it or adjust accordingly. But with my mate, with my boo-coo, my baby, yes, we've had that conversation and we adjust to each other. We've been with each other since young. So each phase of our life, we've had to adjust and really kind of accommodate one another because you have to. We're going through different stuff.
My sister says it's important to have support.
Man, it's so important.
But I'm going to ask you, when you were going through it, I know that it was very, very difficult for Scott and baby man TJ. He's taller than everybody in the whole damn family.
The guy.
We still call him baby man. Yes, having good support, but it's very stressful on everyone. What kind of advice can you give us? You're finally over the hump. You're on the other side. What kind of advice can you give us? Where we're not doing what do they call it? Hormone therapy, and we try to keep it all natural, but
as much as possible. If it got really bad, outside of making sure that I wear cotton to bed, I'm able to quickly kick off sheets and put them back on when I'm freezing.
We got the sun that's setting on this side, so we have all this sun coming in on us right now. What was that last? You just said something, and that's something else that happens, or you get this fog, like you forget. You can be in the middle of a conversation, then it's just like gone. And
Ain't that great, guys? You have so much to look forward to. So fantastic.
It's so bad.
But it's so good, too. I love it. I love it so much. And I do from my heart. Getting older, there's a lot of crickety shit that I don't like. But all the other stuff, I'm so wise. I'm like really, really, I love my inside so much. I'm always like, que linda. From in here. I love it. That's what I enjoy about it. And this journey is so the bomb to me.
Elle says that we're glowing from the sun. All that natural light.
Yay!
That's making me look younger.
Shine away the blemishes.
It's you don't hardly see the wrinkles because it's blinding.
That's right.
Even you on the camera. It's wonderful.
You're welcome.
It's wonderful.
Thank you, son. Thank you.
See, my sister says they went through it a lot with me because they got the brunt of my emotional roller coaster. See,
that's exactly what it feels
like. That's
an
what's
emotional
really just
roller coaster. Hot dang it.
And it can't be. I wish there was a solution, but it just can't be helped. So what we welcome is anyone's just insight so that we can share. Again, I didn't know that it drains so much out of you that the episodes would last 24 hours. That's something new. we're taking all these experiences, just want to share them
And share
with
your
you.
experience too, because
Yeah.
again, just because we're not going through it doesn't mean that it doesn't happen. So just hearing from you, if I feel or see something funky, at least I know it is that and nothing else. So please share. That's so important.
Yes. Okay, there's a couple of things we want to talk about really quickly.
Okay.
You see that we're here. We're at Crunkfit_. Send us messages. If you have solutions,
Yes.
this is going to go on for only God knows how many years,
Yes.
and we love to share information and our personal experiences. That's what we're here for. I want to see you Saturday, 11 a.m. This is what we do. We work out once a week. We do workouts
Working on
for
that balance, that mobility, baby.
everyday living. We're grandmas. We want
Yes.
to still be around to chase the grandbabies and
Pick up
carry
your
groceries. You know, that's what it
Aye,
is.
Without busting out your back and just staying as
The
healthy as we
knees,
can.
The creaking
Oh,
and
yeah.
the cracking all over the
Crickety-crick,
place. And
yeah.
we want to, at the end of the day, we still want to stay sexy and look good as long as we can until we can. And
wanna feel
I'm
good,
still
y'all.
going to be sexy
Who
on the
wants to
inside.
feel good with us?
It don't matter. I got a whole lot of years ahead of me, and I want to stay as healthy as I can. So be sure to join us every Saturday, 11 a.m. It's a lot of fun, and we
So
will be here.
fun.
We're trying to get this going so that we don't miss a Wednesday.
That's
Even if
it.
we're not together, we do a split
We're still
screen
gonna do
wherever
it
we're
because
at.
we still want to share. That's it. It's all about connecting. That's what this whole journey is about. It's about connecting and learning and having a conversation, a real exchange. Guys, we love you so much. Please, we want to see you on, oh my God, this Saturday at 11. Just come, check it out. We love you guys. God bless you.
We always try to pick a topic that's happened, that's very current in our lives, just to see how each other. There's a lot of clown shit that goes on here, and how we
What
handle it, and
clown
what the
shit?
solutions are. It's the craziest stuff. So if you have a topic that you want us to talk about, I'm
Yes,
sure that we
share that
have
too.
touched on a whole
Oh
lot
my
of
God,
things. So,
yes.
you know, we're here.
We're here to
We're
learn.
here.
We're here to grow and just get
And
to
share.
know each other. Let's do this.
There's lots of stuff.
Yeah,
I got lots
yeah.
of stories.
Lots of stories.
Lots of things have happened. I'm 50 years old, so you can imagine.
2 teen moms, okay? Lots of stories.
Lots of embarrassing stuff. And
Yay!
I love to share those stories. So that should be a good time.
Aye.
We'll see what happens next week.
For sure.
We'll be right back again. It's been a pleasure having you here. Come join us. We're going to do this every week.
Yeah.
We'll be here. Again, I have to keep pressing this because not enough of you showing up. I need you here. Doesn't matter. We pick a different
IG,
background
Saturday,
every week.
11 a.m.
Bring
Tune
your friends,
in.
bring your family. Let's stay healthy one day at a time. Next week, we might be talking about nutrition or
Something else.
how dairy affects us. I mean, we never know what conversation we're going to have.
Hopefully it won't be so dreadful.
But we'll be back here. We'll see you next Wednesday at 7:30. And if not, 11 a.m. this Saturday.
Yes.
We'll see you then. So stay well, stay healthy,
Yes,
and
aquí.
know that we're here.
Practice.
Be well, y'all. Have a great week.